really a crossroad fights for both of these guys because both of these guys are 3-3 in their last 6 fights. Victor Ortiz, who I am not a fan of. In fact, I think he's one of the most mentally weak boxers out there. Has lost 2 in his last 6 fights. Remember, he lost 3 straight at one point in time to Floyd Mayweather. Josecito Lopez broke his jaw, and then Luis Collazo. Remember when Luis Collazo beat him, and Victor Ortiz did that whole turn when he put his ass up in the air like a cat, and just. I've never really been a fan, and also a lot of his, well, I'm not going to say a lot, but there are a few of his interviews out there where he just seems to be mentally punch drunk. Then the whole Brandon Rios story where he sent like some thugs, after Brandon Rios. The guy's just a head case. On T Street Controversy, this is T Street Controversy Live, April the 30th, 2016, PBC on Fox. You're going to have Andre Berto versus Victor Ortiz in a rematch of a fight that, in my opinion, they should have fought about a year or 2 ago. But I can understand why their management, they're both managed, devised by Al Heyman, kept them away from each other. Victor Ortiz had 2 fights against low-level competition. Let me look it up real quick. I covered the 2 fights. One was against a smaller fighter by the name of Manuel Perez. And another was against, his last fight was in December, against, let me see what this guy's name is, Gilberto Sanchez Leon. Then before that, so basically let's look at Victor Ortiz's record. He fought Andre Berto in 2011. He fought Mayweather in his next fight in 2011. He fought Josecito Lopez, 1 fight in 2012, and then he didn't fight again until 2014, because remember, Josecito Lopez broke his jaw with Saul Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya sitting ringside. Remember, Victor Ortiz would have won that fight. He was heavily favored to go on and fight Canelo Alvarez at 154 pounds. Josecito Lopez broke his jaw. Josecito Lopez went on to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez and just completely got dominated. Victor Ortiz comes back, loses to Luis Collazo, as I talked about, doesn't come back again to basically another 11 months. He comes back 11 months later, fights a smaller fighter in Manuel Perez, and then fights Gilberto Sanchez Leon. Both of those was on PBC cards. Well, the Manuel Perez fight, that was on the undercard of Khan versus Alexander. And then that PBC card where he fought Gilberto Sanchez Leon, which was supposed to be the Thurman versus Porter fight, if I'm correct. But looking at Andre Berto, he got a gift fight, a big payday, in a fight where he, in my opinion, didn't deserve in any way, shape, or form against Floyd Mayweather. And of course, he got dominated in what was a fight that didn't do well financially, and Mayweather himself has admitted that he just took that fight just to finish out his contract. Many people thought it was a joke when Mayweather, during the summer, after he beat Pacquiao, was saying that his next fight was either going to be Kareem Mayfield or Andre Berto. He fought Andre Berto, and it just was a joke. Andre Berto, since losing to Victor Ortiz, fought Janzevek in what was a pretty good fight. Janzevek's last fight was against Erislandy Lara, but he fought Andre Berto at 147 in a fight where a cut, if I covered that fight, a cut had stopped Janzevek. Then he loses to Robert Guerrero. Remember what Robert Guerrero did to him, gave him the alien eyes. Then he lost to Soto Carras. He did have an injury during that fight, took some time off. Fought Steve Upser Chambers in. Okay, let's talk about the years. 2011, he fought Victor Ortiz and Janzevek, 1-1. He lost to Victor Ortiz. 2012, just one fight in 2012 where he lost to Robert Guerrero. One fight in 2013 when he lost to Soto Carras. One fight in 2014 where he lost to where he won against Steve Upshur, and then 2 fights in 2015 where one was against Josecito Lopez, in which would I still say today, after watching that fight again, it was an early stoppage. And let's not forget, Josecito Lopez was putting some hands on Andre Berto before that stoppage. It was almost like they didn't want Andre Berto to lose to Josecito Lopez. like it's almost as if they knew that eventually he would get a Mayweather fight and they had to protect the money. Well, anyway, he goes on to fight Floyd Mayweather and gets outclassed. Now he's fighting Victor Ortiz again, and I'm wondering where, if Andre Berto loses, right? I see him continuing to fight, but I wonder, where does he go? It seems as though, to me, he's been looking a little slow. Outside of the Upshur fight where he just pretty much beat him with jabs, he pretty much looks like he's just a 154-pound fighter or 160-pound fighter in a 147-pounder's body, because the way he fights, he's not exactly fleet of foot, and he's very easy to be hit. You know, his mobility is not, he's not the most mobile of fighters. I can see him continuing the fight, but also you have to ask, well, I understand him fighting Victor Ortiz is a big money fight. After all, it is headlining on Fox, so it's supposed to be a good fight on paper, you know, but it's also going to do somewhere between 2 to 4 million, you know, households in the ratings. So this is going to be a big boost for both of these guys, and they're expected to, you know, provide action and therefore establish the PBC brand on Fox. As far as, if you're a channel surfer, what they call them, and you never watched boxing before in your life, and you're flicking through the channels and you see two fighters going at it, beating the shit out of each other like they did in the first fight, you're saying, oh shit, what is this? What is this PBC? Who is Victor Ortiz, Andre Berto? You stick and tuned in, and then the next time PBC on Fox airs, you're going to say, oh shit, I remember they had that good ass fight the last time. Let me sit here and watch this full card. But when it comes to Victor Ortiz, if Victor Ortiz loses, I think he should just retire. And also, Victor Ortiz in his big fights is a head case. You know, so we don't know, you know, we don't know how his chin, you know, his repaired chin, his jaw is going to hold up to Andre Berto hitting. After all, since he lost to Luis Collazo, he's fought lighter punching, you know, non-hostile opponents in this Gilberto Leon Sanchez guy and Manny Perez. So this is the first time he's going up against a puncher since he fought Luis Collazo, and I'm just wondering if Victor Ortiz is mentally damaged. Me personally, I think Victor Ortiz is damaged goods. You know, I don't know. You know, even if this guy wins, okay, he can go on and fight Danny Garcia, but I just don't know. You know, mentally, if not this fight, maybe the next one, if his mentality or his chin is going to hold up. Now, Andre Berto, according to the WBC, was supposed to fight Lamont Peterson in the WBC tournament. Well, just because the WBC orders you to fight somebody and you're not a champion doesn't mean you have to go that route. So Andre Berto could have fought Lamont Peterson and could have been the #1 contender for Danny Garcia's belt at 147 pounds, but he chose to, you know, fight Victor Ortiz, or Al Heyman said, well, fight Victor Ortiz and get this big money. And after all, when it comes to Andre Berto fighting the Floyd Mayweather in his last fight, he doesn't want to come back and fight, you know, a bullshit fight, basically. You know, if he's after the harvest, as he's been saying, he wants to fight a big fight. And I'm also interested to see, you know, you got Virgil Hunter, who trains Andre Berto, and also trains Amir Khan. Amir Khan is fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez, and both of these fighters are sharing camps. So I'm wondering if maybe Andre Berto is sparring with Amir Khan. Maybe, you know, I'm wondering also, you know, for two big fights like this, is Virgil Hunter, you know, in over his head? And also, if Khan loses to Canelo, will he blame Virgil Hunter for training Andre Berto at the same time? One of the reasons why Amir Khan left Freddie Roach is because he didn't want to be second fiddle to Manny Pacquiao. Now, Andre Ward is also fighting in March. So you got three big fighters in training camp at the same time, you know, and I'm just wondering. But anyway, April 30th, 2016, PBC on Fox. Also, they're doing something crazy. From my understanding, they're having the PBC on Fox card at 8 p.m. There's 3 fights on that card. Once that card is over, they're also going to have boxing on Showtime as well, all Heyman fighters. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.